A nuclear explosion releases enormous amounts of energy in three forms: light and heat, blast wave, and radiation. Light and heat. The flash is brighter than the sun and lasts about 15 seconds. It can cause temporary blindness and severe burns up to 15 miles away, with milder burns even farther. The heat pulse can ignite fires inside houses through windows, setting curtains, paper, and furniture ablaze. Clothing and shielding provide partial protection. Blast wave. The blast arrives seconds after the flash. It throws debris, shatters windows, and destroys buildings. Within 3 miles, all structures are completely destroyed. Up to 15 miles, damage ranges from severe to moderate. To reduce risk, lie low, protect yourself from flying glass, and seek cover in basements or sturdy buildings. Radiation. Immediate radiation is dangerous within 2 to 3 miles of the explosion. Residual radiation, known as fallout, spreads over large areas and is the greatest threat to most people. Understanding these effects helps you act correctly in the first seconds and minutes after a nuclear explosion. This knowledge can save your life and the lives of your family. Radioactive fallout is the greatest danger after a nuclear explosion, especially if the weapon is detonated on or near the ground. The blast lifts millions of tons of earth, stone, and debris into the fireball, turning them radioactive. Winds carry this material far from the explosion, and it settles back to Earth as fallout. Fallout cannot be seen, felt, or smelled. It looks like fine dust or sand drifting down, but its radiation is invisible and deadly. A 5-megaton explosion could contaminate thousands of square miles. Even if bombs do not strike directly, fallout from nearby regions can spread widely. 4 factors determine the danger. Time. Radiation weakens quickly. After 7 hours, it loses 90% of its strength. After 2 weeks, only a fraction remains. Exposure. The longer you stay outside, the greater the risk. Distance. The farther you are from fallout, the safer you are. Shielding. Heavy materials like brick, concrete, earth, steel, or water block radiation. Fallout can burn skin, contaminate food and water, and cause radiation sickness. Symptoms may appear days or weeks later, including nausea, weakness, hair loss, and bleeding gums. The best protection is to stay inside a shelter, limit exposure, and wait until authorities announce it is safe to leave. All communities have warning systems such as sirens, bells, horns, or telephones. The main warning signal is a wailing siren lasting 3 to 5 minutes. It means that an attack has been detected or radioactive fallout is approaching. When you hear the warning, take protective action immediately and listen to the radio for instructions. A battery-powered radio is essential. If you are at home, turn up the volume of your house radio so you can hear it in your shelter. Before an attack, go to the basement or the strongest part of your house. Stay away from windows, lie down, and shield your eyes from the flash. If you are traveling, stop and take cover immediately. After an attack, the warning may signal another strike or incoming fallout. Radio broadcasts will tell you which areas are affected, how long until fallout arrives, and what supplies to take into your shelter. Do not use the telephone during warnings. Lines must remain free for official use. Shelter is your insurance against nuclear attack. It protects against radioactive fallout and, in some cases, against debris and fire. The best shelter is a specially built basement or fallout shelter, but even without one, you can improvise protection. In a basement, you can build a small shelter using furniture, doors, and heavy materials. The denser and thicker the shielding, the better the protection. If you are outside, lie face down in a ditch or culvert, covering your head with your arms. After the blast, move to a safer shelter to protect against fallout. In a house without a basement, choose an inner room or hallway away from windows and outside walls. Reinforce it with furniture, books, or boxes filled with earth or sand. The key principle is simple. The more heavy material between you and the outside, the greater your chance of survival. After a nuclear explosion and fallout, food and water distribution may be disrupted for weeks. Every family must have a 14-day emergency supply. Your shelter should contain long-lasting food, canned goods, dried mixes, cereals, crackers, powdered milk, canned meat, and fish. Water must be stored in sealed containers. In addition to food and water, you need a battery-powered radio, flashlight, candles, matches, a first aid kit, medicines, warm clothing, and blankets. For children, include toys and books to occupy their time. If evacuation is necessary, supplies should be pre-packed so they can be taken quickly. The key rule is to have at least 2 weeks of food, water, and essentials to survive the dangerous fallout period. After a nuclear explosion, fires may break out everywhere due to the heat flash and destruction. To survive, you must know how to prevent and fight them. The main cause of fires is the heat flash, which can ignite curtains, furniture, and wooden structures. Keep flammable materials away from windows and maintain order in your home. If a fire starts, use water, sand, or a fire extinguisher. For small flames, cover them with a heavy cloth to cut off air. Never use gasoline or kerosene for lighting. It increases the danger. In your shelter, keep a fire extinguisher, buckets of water or sand, and heavy blankets. Train your family to act calmly and quickly. Knowing basic fire safety rules can save lives during disaster conditions. After a nuclear explosion and fallout, medical services may be unavailable. Everyone must know basic first aid and home nursing. Keep a first aid kit with bandages, antiseptics, pain relievers, and essential medicines. Knowing how to stop bleeding, treat burns, or apply a bandage can save lives. Simple nursing skills, cleanliness, rest, food, and warmth support recovery. Every family member should receive basic first aid training. In disaster conditions, this knowledge is vital. In a nuclear disaster, cleanliness is a matter of survival. Poor hygiene can lead to illness, weaken the body, and reduce the chance of survival. Inside the shelter, keep everything orderly. Collect all waste in separate containers or bags. Use water sparingly and store it in clean containers. Personal hygiene is essential. Wash hands, face, and body regularly, even with limited water. Use damp cloths or disinfectants when necessary. Cleanliness in the shelter protects health and preserves strength needed to endure the aftermath of disaster. Radioactive dust can settle on skin, clothing, food, and water. It is invisible but dangerous. To reduce risk, you must know how to remove it. If you leave the shelter even briefly, remove outer clothing when you return and leave it at the entrance. Wash skin and hair thoroughly with soap and water. If water is limited, use damp cloths or wipe with clean materials. Food and water exposed to fallout must be discarded. Never consume items that were outside during radioactive dust fall. Cleanliness and proper removal of radioactive dust protect health and reduce the risk of radiation sickness. Every city and municipality has emergency plans for nuclear attack or other disasters. These plans include warning systems, evacuation routes, supply distribution, and medical assistance. Residents must learn in advance what measures are in place in their area. Know where shelters are located, which evacuation routes are designated, and which services will assist the population. Follow official announcements from local authorities and listen to the radio during alerts. Obeying municipal instructions increases survival chances and helps maintain order. Every family must have its own emergency plan for nuclear attack or other disasters. A clear plan helps you act quickly and without panic. The plan should include where family members will gather, which shelter to use, and what supplies to take. Each person should know their role. Who carries the first aid kit? Who manages water? Who looks after the children? Discuss the plan in advance and practice it. In a real emergency, your family will act calmly and in order. A personal plan is the key to survival and maintaining peace of mind during disaster.